Now, girl, I know y'all probably like, girl, where is Iyanla Fix My Life? And where is, tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? Okay, I got some answers for you. Child, I work. I work for a living. I don't just sit at home and do YouTube videos and play with my grandkids. Hell no. I did not get off work in time enough to watch tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And as for Iyanla Vanzant, child, I'm going to have to do part 1 and 2 together in one review because, to be honest with you, if I was to start talking about that right now, I really don't know where to go with that. I saw that episode, the 3 felons or whatnot, and I see, how their lives pretty much mimic one another in a lot of ways, drug dealing and whatnot. But in all honesty, I didn't get enough out of that for me to be able to come in and really do any decent commentary on that episode. With that being said, after I see part 2 of this episode, then we're going to talk about it, okay? Because at this point, I ain't got nothing to give. And as for Love and Hip Hop at Hollywood, I didn't get to see it. And by the time I made it in the house, I was able to get what we finna talk about right now, which is the Queen's Supreme Court. And so, of course, I missed the replay of it because I was watching the Queen's Supreme Court. Now, tonight episode of the Queen's Supreme Court, well, of course, that's Maddie, and she had returning guest Funky Dineva on there, right? And it was a wonderful time had by all. I mean, we were able to get proper sponsorship and, give this woman of Phenomenal Foods Catering, Chef Holly, give her a decent, night on the show, because last time she was there, Miss Niffy was there, and y'all know Niffy, she don't really have any etiquette or manners about her damn self, okay? Maybe she should have been talking to Tara over there on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Take that whole class or something, but they had her back as a sponsor tonight, and it was a good time had by all. Bitch, they talked about the crazy-ass white woman that made the calls to 911 acting like this man was attacking her when in actuality the bitch was standing right there just losing her everlasting mind and whatnot. So they weighed their opinions on that. We talked about the Cat Williams situation with Wanda. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, probably tomorrow. They weighed in their opinions on that. What else did they talk? They talked about Iyanla, Tamar Braxton, and the whole debacle that went on with that. They talked about, now bitch, I was watching a couple videos at work. I think the people talked about how Cardi B was uninvited to the Diamond Ball by Rihanna. I know they talked about that. It was a good night. It was a really good night. And when they talked about Tamar Braxton, basically all they talked about was her interview with Wendy Williams. Now, Funky Dineva did read that damn Nigerian boyfriend, because y'all know the standing joke about Nigerians is that they scam artists and shit like that. Because, I mean, not for nothing, they done proved that to be a part of what, some people from that area, not all, but some people from that area has done. I've encountered them on social media as well. So, they talked about that, and then they talked about the fact that she revealed that she had been molested. At that time, neither one of the judges, Funky Dineva or Madison, made any jokes about that. They talked about it was a serious thing and gave their prayers, or, they were, like, really nice about it. I'm sorry that happened to you. That is not funny. Now, jokes were being made about the overall interview, but not that segment. When they got to that segment, Hugh and Maddie both showed the utmost respect, because we all know molestation is not a funny thing, right? Right. So we have a wonderful show. Dineva is funny. I mean, we even had a segment on there where they talked about this picture that Dineva had roasted on one of his social media platforms about the hurricane. It said that the hurricanes always originate off the coast of Africa, and it is supposed to be the ancestors showing, you know, basically devastating places where the slave trade occurred, right? And Dineva debunked that by explaining that, first of all, why would it take so long? Basically, it was a good show. You gotta go back and watch all this shit. I ain't going into all that. But he debunked it, and it was funny. It was truthful, but it was funny, okay? They had a wonderful show. It went about an hour and 57 minutes of non-stop laughter with some education in it. For all, we talked about George Zimmerman's crazy motherfucking ass, and why is he still living, I don't know. But, you know, it was a wonderful, wonderful show. I enjoyed my damn self with my peeps over there on YouTube, on T.S. Madison Hinton TV, her channel that she does her broadcast live every Monday night, right? Found out that she's finna take the Queen Supreme Court on the road. First stop is gonna be Orlando, Florida. She already got everything set up with that. Then she's also gonna be in Baltimore for her birthday. Ain't no telling who might show up, bitch. Okay. But anyway, it was a wonderful show, like I said. He came in, he was funky, Dineva was funny. He was beat to the gods, bitch. He had that face beat. Do you hear me? Madison always looks beautiful. She, as always, she came as who she is, just a bad bitch. You know, and so it was a wonderful show. Chef Holly got her, you know, her advertising in. The food looked wonderful. I was glad that we had two people who was not wasn't no strangers to fine cuisines and, you know, food beyond the 99-cent menu. You know, I was glad we had people with a little taste about themselves, if you will. Okay, so they were able to receive the food that she was preparing for them. Real good show, right? So we jump on over to the after show, child, and we having ourselves a Wayne Dang Doodle of a time, okay? Then, down in the comment section, bitch shows up, Miss Tamar Braxton, and she is calling Dineva Maddie's ashy friend who had so much to say about her molestation. Child, Maddie saw that, and you could tell she was like, you know what, bitch? Because she knew what was going to happen. Even though nothing negative was said about Tamar about her molestations, she still felt time. She had time to get her ass on that live stream and come for Dineva in the comment section instead of going back and watching the show herself. Because for her to come the way she did, clearly she didn't watch the damn show. And now, I usually leave the door open for people to, you know, argue with me about stuff, and I don't have no problem with it. But you really can't fucking argue with me about what I seen with my own damn two eyes. I watched that show, the whole hour and 57 minutes of it, and I listened to every single subject that they discussed in depth. And at one time did Dineva make joke or find any kiki about Tamar in relation to her molestation. What he was joking about was the fact that she is so head over heels, per her own words, with this man that she's only known for 3 months from Nigeria, honey. That's what he was joking about. He wasn't making fun of anything personal like that about them. But of course, when you jump and attack this man about something he hasn't said, then bitch, you gonna get funky Dineva. See, she pulled that same shit in that comment that Wanda tried to pull in that studio down at V103 over there in Atlanta. See, Wanda tried Kat thinking that she wasn't going to, she thought, I don't know what she thought. I guess because she thought because she be over there at the Atlanta Comedy Club on the weekends and Saturday night, per her words, that she was ready to rock and roll with a nigga that sells out arenas. Okay? He do this shit in his sleep. He do this for fun, bitch. He do this, hey. It's common, it's just natural for him. He's a roaster, and so is Funky Dineva. So that's the reason why when she went off on him, he let her ass have it. And I don't blame him. Because, bitch, don't come for me if I didn't send for you. Don't start none, won't be none. Mind your own business, and I mind mine. That ain't what happened. She assumed. Probably somebody told her that he had said something, because nobody watching that show can honestly say that he made jokes about that part, because he didn't. And sometimes I've had my issues with certain things that LaDyNyca has said in the past. Now, I fucks with him, but I don't always agree with everything he say. But in this moment, I have to say that man said nothing wrong for her to jump down in the comment section and come for his throat like that. Then you doing that, you know this woman's show is hot. People is in the audience in the comment section. You saying this shit, you getting people riled up. Now, when all this shit hit the blogs in the morning, and y'all start seeing these replays, because people going to snatch that clip off of her show, you'll be able to clearly see that man did not make fun of her situation. Because that shit ain't funny. Like he said, he got nieces and sisters and shit. He ain't finna sell it. He do got a soul. You know, even the most, you know, hardcore comedian, and one of them being Corey Holcomb, I have seen them have compassion about certain situations. Everything ain't a kiki. It's too much other shit about her that could be a kiki to just horn in on her molestation, which nobody finds to be funny. It wasn't funny, and he didn't make no kiki about it. But she jumps down in the comments, and she talking her little shit, and he let her ass have it, and I understood that. Now, what did concern me is, why did that live cut off? Did she flag that damn live? Now, I know that you can go to LaDyNyca channel, and you can go to Maddie channel, and both of them got like 30 minutes, and I think it's 30 minutes and 49 seconds of the show. But the reason why I cut off like that is because that's what happened on Instagram. It just shut off. I don't know why. Yeah, I know it go a little longer than that. I think she be on about an hour. But it shut off. I don't know what happened. But I said, you know, Maddie was sitting there. She did tell Tamar that she, you know, LaDyNyca didn't say nothing negative about the situation involving her molestation. He read the situation with the boyfriend. That's what he was making jokes and shit about. I just, you know, this is why this woman is always going through stuff. And I don't care what nobody say. I honestly feel like we are watching Tamar have a somewhat of a breakdown on over the last couple of months. It ain't gotta be all of a sudden one day you just go crazy, or you just get catatonic and you have to get help, and that day say you had a mental breakdown. That shit can manifest itself in a matter of, you know, a matter of time. It can be spread out. It don't have to be all of a sudden bam bang boom. It can be gradual, is what I'm saying. And it'll lead up to a major meltdown. But we are slowly, in my opinion, watching her have some sort of breakdown. And I don't know what's going on with her, but I think she needs some help. That's the same thing I said about Nicki Minaj. People just don't act crazy and start shit for no reason. It's especially if that's not. Now, Tamar always had a mouth, but I mean, damn. Don't you think that she would have you in the position that Tamar is in right now? I'm not saying that she's above watching Maddie's show, but you should be above getting on social media and showing your ass down in somebody's comment section on their fucking live. Especially when you got phone numbers, you can reach out and ask these people. You can touch them. This don't have to be public. But I guess because whoever told her whatever, she felt like it happened. It went on publicly on the live. She was going to go to them in the comment section. And I just hate that Maddie felt a certain kind of way. You know, I hate to see that once again she feel like she in the middle. But in actuality, she really ain't in the middle, because the truth of the matter is he did nothing wrong. If he had said anything that I would have deemed to be inappropriate about that woman in that situation, I would have missed the rest of the show because I would have clicked off. Y'all know I don't do negativity. Start some shit if you want to somebody. That's the quickest way. Well, I don't stay on nobody's lives until the end, no damn way. But if it's good, I'll stick around for a little bit. Now, Miss Donna Warner, she had me locked down on Friday night. I like that. But for the most part, I don't stick around that long. But the quickest way to get me off away from around you is show me that you're a negative person. Because, see, I'm trying to be a better person, and I have to have positivity around me. I can't put that negative shit in my spirit because it'll affect how I feel. And I ain't got that to do. I don't have to let that be affecting me. But the point of the matter is, something's wrong with Tamar. Clearly, she didn't watch the show. Because if she had watched that show, she would have seen that man didn't do nothing. Now, get him, if you was going to read him, you could have read him for coming for your man like that. Or making a joke about Vince being down there to the seat of Sinai with the gouge down in his foot. You could have made fun of that. But what you chose to be upset about was no reason to be upset. And then you made yourself look like an ass because you get on there calling him out of his name, calling him an ass your friend, and he read the fuck out of you. Don't start none, won't be none. Don't come for him, and he won't kill you. It's something about staying in your lane and making certain of what you have to. If you got any allegations against somebody, you need to make sure that what you're talking about is 100. You need to have what my friend Shelly call receipts, bitch. I need you to have receipts. Because you ain't got no receipts and you going by word of mouth, there's a chance that you can make an ass out of yourself, just like she did. Just like Wanda did. Thinking that you got you know what you're talking about and that your mouth is slick. It's always a motherfucking mouth slicker than yours. And one thing, and I'm not being funny, but y'all know it's the truth. What you don't want to do is get into it with a motherfucking gay person, especially a gay man. He will read you down. See, I can handle a motherfucking gay man because I loves being around the motherfuckers. So I be ready. But see, I'm not going to act no fool down on these social media streets. With trust and believe in real life, everyday life, I ain't got no problem going toe to toe with a motherfucking gay man because, bitch, I do believe in my former life I was a gay man. I understand too much about their asses, honey. I do believe I was a gay man named Malcolm in my former life because I can give it to the queens just like they try to give it to the fish. Trust and believe. And that is what she encountered. Girl, just because they do your hair, oh, well, you ain't got none. But just because they style you and do your face, don't mean that you ready for a real one. And Funky Donnie was a real one. You see how quickly he had them? He was locked and loaded. Child, they say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Don't no motherfucker on the planet Earth stay ready like a gay man. I just don't understand why she had to do that. But nevertheless, it was a great show tonight. I don't normally do reviews for this, but that pissed me off and I felt like talking. And I had post came on right after, but bitch, I drifted out to sleep and then I got up and realized I hadn't did this so far. I passed back out. I felt like coming through and weighing in my thoughts and opinions on tonight's Queen Supreme Court with Funky Donnie. I enjoyed it. I like when Funky Donnie is on here. It's an enjoyable show. Just like I enjoy myself with Chrissy and Jessie Woo and Tim Bay and Lonnie B and Duchess Kelly Love. When she got people like that, I can flow. I even like Tokyo Vanity and Super. Y'all know I'm a rep that. That's my peeps. You know what I mean? But girl, that shit with Tamar tonight was unnecessary. Girl, you need to get your facts together, girl. T.S. Madison say get that drink together, girl. Get them facts together before you come for the girls like that. Because, girl, daughter, pudding, he bodied your ass just that fast. That's it. That's all. Feel free to write your opinions down in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so at this time. We have a good time over here. Child, hit that subscribe button and then slap that notification bell button till you see the brackets come out from the bell, child. And that way you'll know each and every time I'm down here on the YouTube street talking. And you can come through and have a conversation with me, because if you talk to me, I'll talk back to you. Let me know what you think about tonight's episode of the Queen Supreme Court. I'm out. Peace.